Okay guys, so let's talk today about local search results and how to get traffic to your website by utilizing search engines and aggregate websites. So in this video, I just want to show you a couple of things here. You want to get your business listed as best you can here in the map section. When you get your business listed here in this map section, you're going to find that you're going to get lots and lots of traffic because Google has a map. And if you'll look here on the left hand side, you'll see that A and B of the map so far, and there are other results, are actually showing up right here at the top. Those are local results for Google's map. Now, there's something else called aggregate websites. These are websites that feed into Google's website because Google is not the best at local, although they're getting better. Videos16 is an aggregate website. There's going to be probably 50, 60, 70 different Orlando glass repair companies, and you will be one of them. But it's better to be found here than, of course, not to be found at all. The same thing with super pages. They specialize, Dex and super pages, and in a few minutes I'll show you a few others. They all specialize in local search results. And since they're really good at it, Google has decided that they're going to utilize them to help fill up their search results on the local side. So work to get listed in super pages, work to get listed in Videos16 as a company, and any of the others that you find so that your website will pop up in the search results under Google. Now you can see right across from, let's see, Service Magic, they're showing up organically. But Service Magic is also spending money to advertise Orlando window repair or glass repair, any of the keywords that you might type in. So it is a good idea to get listed in both places. Okay, get listed there and you'll find that you'll get search results. Now there are a couple of other places that you can list your business to get lots of traffic, but it's going to take just a little bit of work, but it is certainly worth it in the long run. And those are places like Hub Pages. Hub Pages is a great location. Basically, you get to create your own basic web page, and on that web page you can put lots and lots of content. And then what Hub Pages will do is Hub Pages will list that content in the search engines under certain results. So let's say you were doing something on family and parenting, fashion and beauty, food and cooking, any of these top subjects, and then there are sub-subjects underneath that are a little more targeted. So you would place and actually create a page, select one of these categories, and then of course your website would show up in those hub pages, and millions of people read hub pages. Folks, the goal here is to get, if you don't know by now, millions and millions of people, or hundreds and hundreds of people, or whatever number of people you can to your website and get them clicking on your ads for things that are relevant to your topic. So with that said, every little bit of traffic helps. So let me show you another source for you that you can use to get tons of traffic, and that is Merchant Circle. Merchant Circle is a great location for you. They feed into all of the local search results as well, depending on the topic. And if you can get listed here, you can find that your business will start popping up on the search engines. So of course you have Merchant Circle. You want to register, set up an account, and once you set up an account, you can begin filling out the information and giving them the information so that they can actually rank you. So let's say if you were a pizza shop in Mountain View, California, you click on search, and of course you're going to find, of course, at the top there, because it's free, you're going to find lots of Google ads. You're going to find other Google ads here on the right of people who've paid to get to the top. Okay, and you can also become a local sponsor as well if you wanted to do something like that. Then of course as you scroll down, these are the search results. Now the search results have lots of information on a company. They of course have a review. They have all types of, well, different rankings, things like that, things that will actually help consumers to make a decision when they're looking to buy something. So here's what's really powerful about this. As you scroll down, you'll notice a couple of things here. There are lots of people who have filled this information out, but they haven't filled this information out completely. They haven't filled it out completely. That leaves the door open for you to go in your particular subject and put in more information. And you'll notice the ones that have put in a little bit more information, have taken the time to fill it out, they're actually showing up at the top of the search results. So this is what you have to do. make sure that you take the time to complete the information that's in here as much as you possibly can. Take the time to put in a few pictures. Take the time to add some content, some information. Maybe there's a phone number there, maybe there isn't, but give them a reason to move you up to the top of the search engines and the search results. And remember, when we were talking a little bit earlier about Google, we're saying that they actually pull this information from places like Merchant Circle and local.com and Hot Frog and Super Pages. So here's what happens. When you take the time to fill this information out, they're going to move you up to the top of their search engine. Google's going to look at that search result and say, well, if it's important to them and they're a trusted source, it could be or should be important to our customers. And then you get into the top 10 of their aggregate sites results. And so there's some benefit to taking the time out to really fill out the information correctly as well as accurately. Okay, so there's a couple other things here too. Take the time to explore some of this. But what happens here is that there are people who are asking. Remember, we're talking about people asking questions. How do I do this? How do I do that? How do I fix the sink? Or how do I stop a leaky faucet, or whatever it is? So there are people asking questions. You want to take the time to get into Merchant Circle Answers and become an expert and answer certain questions. And think about it. You're actually, for some of us, we like to answer questions for free. So imagine answering questions for clicks and for money. That's how people are actually doing this. They're answering questions, being perceived as the expert. When people go to their website, click on their ads, read their articles, and click on their ads, the people are making money. As you can see, even large companies like the Merchant Circles of the world, they even have ads running on their website. Okay, so there's benefits to it. People will click on it and they will buy. It's the new way of advertising. Okay, so let me show you a couple of other websites that actually do some of the same thing. And one of them is called local.com. Now here at local.com, kind of the same thing, basically an aggregate website. Obviously they're local.com, so Google pays a lot of attention to them, and places like Local and Dexnos and Merchant Circle, they're all feeding into Google, and guess what? They're feeding into Yahoo, and they're feeding into Bing and other search engines. And so you'll find that once you're placed here, then they will you'll see that your website will show up almost everywhere. Okay, so there's a lot of benefit to being listed here. So local.com is one of them. All right, and you just list under your specific category. You list based on your state, and you'll find that you'll start getting traffic to your website. So you want to monitor that, and you'll know once they index you in their site. You'll know because you'll get tons of traffic to your site. Okay, here's another one for you. It's actually called Hot Frog. Hot Frog is really a great website. Hot Frog is basically the same thing. So there are tons of these out there. In fact, there's probably about 1,500 different local directories. Of the ones that are really working well, that are very powerful, these are some of the top ones. But again, basically go in and reverse engineer the search engines, as I was showing you a little bit earlier, to find out which ones for your specific category. And that's going to help you to make that decision. So if you look at the website and you say, okay, my keyword is Orlando glass repair. If you look at that a little bit closer, you'll be able to identify the companies that are actually aggregate companies. And so you'll have, let's just take a closer look. We mentioned Service Magic, we mentioned Dexnos, we could go over there, Super Pages. So if they're showing up in the top results, you want to figure out how to get in there too. Then maybe we go over and let's take a look at the second page. And so let's see, Yelp is another one. You want to get listed in Yelp because Yelp is showing up on in the top 2 pages of Google. City Search is also showing up, as you can see here. Let's see, where else? There's other places. There's auto repair. It looks like the local DMV has gotten into some of the advertising, and so there are lots and lots of places you can go to. Yellow Pages is another one, and that's not a bad place to go either. Okay, so let me show you a couple of other places that could really be helpful to you, particularly if you want to interact one-on-one, depending on what your product is, to get lots of traffic to your website. You want to utilize some of the social media that's out there. So in the next video, I'm going to show you how to utilize Twitter to find new customers and people that are looking to do business with you.